I can say for a fact that most of you guys out there will want to study in the United States on a full scholarship. But the question is, how do you secure these scholarships? How do you secure this graduate assistantship? This is a question that this channel seeks to answer. So if you want to be part of this family, I'll urge you to click on the subscribe button and turn on my notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos. Here on this episode, I'll be talking about a school giving out graduate assistantships to nearly every international student. If you want to really know the name of the school and how to go about the application process, follow me till the end of this video. My name is Albert and I'm a graduate student assistant at Wayne State University. So the name of this university is University of Alabama. And I don't want to waste much time, so let's quickly run through the admission process. So you just click on that and then you hit on admissions. And this video is about graduate assistantship, so you click on the graduate. And then this is a simple these are the 3 steps to apply to this school, right? So first of all, you will have to review your admission requirements. You submit your application, then you upload the materials. It's as simple as that. So this is the admission requirements for the graduate school. So your GPA should be more than 3.0 or it should be equal to 3.0. So this symbol actually means greater or equal to 3.0, right? And then you need an SOP, statement of purpose. I've said this countless number of times in my videos that if you don't know how to write an SOP, just write me an email and I'll help you. And then your unofficial transcripts. And I want to clarify this. I do get a lot of questions on what an unofficial transcript is and what an official transcript is. An unofficial transcript is any transcript you uploaded or you sent to the school yourself, right? If it's coming from the university you completed, that means it's an official transcript. So that is the difference, right? However, if your transcript is also sent to the school you apply to by any credential evaluation body or something like that, it's also official, right? Something like WES, Pantran, EC, DEMS, right? And then you actually need 3 letters of recommendation and then a test score. That is if it is required by your program. So these requirements is consistent in nearly all the schools in the United States. You will need obviously to be considered for funding, you will need a GPA of 3.0, an SOP, your transcript, and 3 letters of recommendation. So that is it. So if you want to really read the full admission requirements, just hit on full admission requirements. All right, this is explanation of what I just said. So GPA should be 3.0, test score, that is if your program requires you to have maybe a GRE, GMAT or something like that. Not all programs though, so you will have to go through your program website and then check whether you need a GRE or GMAT, and then English proficiency scores for international students, right? So if you are from an English speaking country, you don't need this. And then your transcript. So in this school you don't really need WES evaluation. Your transcript can be sent to University of Alabama by mail or maybe through email. So you can contact your registrar in your current university and then they can do that for you, right? So that is it. This is the letters of recommendation, so you need 3 of them. And then they have an application fee for international students which is quite expensive, which is $80. If you need a waiver, you can write them an email and see if they can waive it for you. Yeah. And then a SOP, and then the deadline. They have application deadlines. You should always apply early, like I always say in my videos. International requirements and all that. So if you are ready to apply, hit on that. So that is it for the requirements for admission. So the main reason why I made this video is for funding, right? So in this school, they have loads of funding opportunities. So you just hit on funding, and then you see the types of funding opportunities they have. So they have graduate assistantship, like I talked about in my introduction. They have fellowships, school scholarships, on-campus employment, conference and research funding, federal financial aid, federal grants, foundation grants, international student loans, other scholarship opportunities, and then a whole lot, right? But then not international students do not qualify for all these. So I want to talk about what international students qualify for, which is the graduate assistantship, on-campus employment, and then the international students loan, right? So let's quickly check on the graduate assistantship, right? So you just hit on that. So this is the assistantship page, right? So they have 3 types of assistantships in this school. They have GTA, what we call graduate teaching assistantship. Obviously, you assist in teaching mission of the universities, basically like teaching. And then GRA, which is the graduate research assistant, is mainly about research, right? And then graduate administrative assistants. So you also help in administrative staff, right? So that's it. So the benefits are these: a tuition scholarship, right? And then health insurance and stuff like that. So if you want to know how much, and then you'll be paid at the end of every month or 2 weeks, it depends on the school. So the minimum stipend for everybody, if you want to know how much you'll be paid at the end of every month, you hit on this. So I want to hit on that so that we know how much you'll be paid. Okay, this is the minimum cost of a graduate assistant. So I want to quickly jump to that. So let me clarify this. Whenever you see 0.25, which is 10 hours, it means it's half assistantship. The full is 0.5, right? So international students, as an international student, you can only work 20 hours per week or less, obviously. So that is it. So on this page, they've actually explained how much you earn if you work maybe 10 or 20 hours, right? This is for engineering, right? So this is for the humanities, and then behavioral sciences, communication, education, this section, right? And this is for natural sciences, mathematics and psychology, these 2 sections. And these 2 sections is for engineering. So if your program is engineering, expect to earn one of these, right? So for instance, for these programs, right, if you work for 10 hours per week in a month, you earn $910. If you work for 20 hours per week, you earn $1,820 per month, right? For these programs, if you work for 10 hours, you earn this. If you work for 20 hours, you earn $2,100. So that is the difference. For engineering, for engineering, 10 hours you'll be paid this, and then for 20 hours you'll be paid that, right? So the compensation is not the same. It varies by program, right? So if you are being paid this amount, then obviously in 9 months, when you multiply this, the academic year is 9 months. So if you multiply this by 9, obviously you should get this figure. So this is how much you'll be paid in a year. This is how much you'll be paid in a month if you are offering one of these programs. So in the same way, so this is for 10 hours actually. So for 20 hours, this is how much you'll be paid in a month. This is how much you'll be paid in a year. That is 9 months. And then that is it, right? So it's consistent for all these. So if you are international students, then your tuition will be out of state. I'll actually make another video explaining the in-state and out of state. For instance, I am a student in Michigan, right? I am not from Michigan. I'm from outside Michigan. That means my tuition will be out of state because I'm not from that state, right? But then had I been from Michigan, then my tuition will be in state. So for assistantships, like I said, your tuition will be waived, right? So since you are working 10 hours, then that means that half of your tuition will be waived because you are working half time. If you are working 20 hours, which is the full time, that means all your tuition will be waived. Also, obviously, you can see that for instance, this is not for, okay, let me use this. International students is an out of state tuition, right? So if you are working for 10 hours, that means expect this amount to be waived or to be cut off from your tuition, right? So if you are working full time, this is the amount that will be waived from your tuition, right? This which is full. So you can obviously, when you divide this figure by 2, you get this, or when you multiply this figure by 2, you get that. This is just simple mathematics, so it's consistent for all these. Yeah. And then your health insurance will be paid for and all that. So this is the total cost that is the total cost the university will spend on you. So when you get your I-20, expect to see these amounts on your I-20 depending on your contract offer, whether you had a 10-hour half-time assistantship or full-time assistantship. So that is it. Yeah. So let's quickly run through another type of funding opportunity for international students. So let's hit on the international students loan. Good. So these are loan companies that every international student can apply for, right? I've made a video on Empower, so I think I'll make another video on EduPass and all these so that you can actually know how to apply for them. So in case you are not able to secure graduate assistantship or any other type of funding and you still want to go to this school, then I'll urge you to apply to any of these loans, right? So let's quickly run through the programs that they offer in this university. So let's hit on academics and then the graduate program portal, right? So degrees program from A to Z. So these are all the programs they offer. It's a lot. They have a lot of programs because it's not a small school, it's a big school. It's a big school, so you can check. So like I always say, if you want to know the requirements, you just go to hit on that. For instance, biology, masters in biology, these are the deadlines. You have to apply early. You should be applied by, you should apply by December 10. For spring, by June 1 you should apply, right? So they have 2 types of admission terms, fall and spring. So you can be admitted in either fall or spring, and then the program will be offered on campus. The application requirement, obviously you need an application fee, the English test, but then if you are from certain countries, then you don't need to. If your official language is English, then you don't need to write these tests. Letters of recommendation, like I talked about, SOP and then transcripts, right? So they've explained everything here. And if you are looking for funding, I'll urge you, like I always say in my videos, always email this program director. Ask them, tell them about your situation, tell them about why you need funding to support your education, and I'm sure if there are any openings, they will let you know. So the programs are a lot: computer science, PhD. You can check fall, spring, summer, on campus, same requirements. The GPA should be 3. With the GPA, some of the departments do have their own requirement, right? So for this one, they're saying 3.5 on the scale of 4. Yeah, and then all that. Yeah, so you can check the requirements. So I'll actually leave the link in the description box. You can finance, masters in finance, same requirements, GPA 3.5 or higher, and that's that. So you can read through. I'll leave the link in the description box so you can navigate yourself. Nursing, masters in nursing, you can check. That is it. You can just navigate through these programs and then check and see which one you can actually apply for. Yeah. So admission requirements, I want to show you a list of school countries with the English a waiver for English language, right? So that is if your official language is English, you don't need to provide any of the English proficiency tests, right? American Samoa Island, St. Vincent and Grenadines, I don't really know. I don't know if the pronunciation is correct. Anguilla, Jamaica, Samoa, Kenya, Australia, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Bahamas, Barbados, Malawi, Singapore, Solomon Islands, Malta, Botswana, Namibia, Tanzania, Tonga, Nigeria, Ghana, and a whole lot. United States, obviously, UK, Uganda, and a whole lot, right? So just check and see if you are from any of these countries. Then you do not need to submit any English proficiency tests. Thank you. I know you want to apply to this school after watching this video. If you want to apply, I'll actually leave the link to the university's website in my description box. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on my notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos.